which we also call it as a vitamin M. And Ankit Yadav,
Yes, sir.
Ankit, do you know the story of money?
Story of?
Money?
No, sir.
Okay, how much your father gives you every day, every month?
2 to 3,000.
2 to 3,000, huh?
Yes, sir.
Very good. You know, there's a very good story of money, which we call it as finance. I told you the story that every month has 30 days. I told you that yesterday. Hello.
No, sir.
No,
Yeah,
sir.
every
No,
month,
sir.
on an average, we have 30 days. The first 10 days, we call it as a golden period. The next 10 days, we call it as a silver period. And the last 10 days, we call it as a bronze period. Why I call, suppose Ankit said that his father gives 3,000. So the first 10 days, what he does is he spends 60% of 3,000. He will go to ITC Grand Chola, Leela Palace, all that. Then he is left with 40%. In that 40%, he will spend 30% in the next 20 days. He goes to the normal hotel where he spends the, and the last 10% is left for the last week. That is a bronze on the platform. No planning. Very important. Finance. Vitamin M. Money is considered to be the vitamin M. That is what Warren Buffett said. Finance. Planning is very important. Finance is the lifeblood of an organization. So I welcome you all to the world of finance. I welcome you all to the world of finance. And three quotations, a very important quotation which I'm going to show you that you should keep in your mind even tomorrow doing a personal financial planning or when you work as a finance manager in the company. You should keep this three quotation in your mind. One, financial freedom is mental, emotional, and educational process. Anybody can elaborate to me on this? Financial freedom is a mental, emotional, and educational process. Anybody can elaborate this quotation to me? Anybody can elaborate this to me? Financial freedom is a mental, emotional, and educational process. Anybody can just try, give a try. Anybody, please? Why do we say financial freedom is mental, emotional, and educational process? Just give a try. I don't mind whether it is wrong. Just give a try.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
One
sir.
minute, 1 minute. I'll just switch off the fan. I cannot hear you. Yeah, tell me.
Sir, now is it fine?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So I think here Robert Kiyosaki wants to say that achieving financial freedom is a mental, emotional, and educational process. Like you need to be educated for this, and then it's emotional too. That sometimes we become greedy, or I think terms like greedy can be used here to achieve this financial freedom and a mental one too.
Yeah. Anyone else? What you said is exactly right. What you exercise by yourself is the freedom. So it depends upon the individual. Am I clear? It's clear or not? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
This is first one. Second one you see, beware of little expenses. A small leak will sink a great ship. What do you mean by Benjamin Franklin? He's also another finance expert. Yeah, what do you mean by this?
So I think he means that we need to show a lot of restraint when it comes to managing our finances, as in there might be very little expenses in our everyday life, and as we keep excusing them, they can build up to something big. So that is what he means by a small.
Very simple. You can put it in one word. Have a control over your expense.
Yes, sir.
Have a control over your expense. Otherwise, it becomes unmanageable. Okay? That is the meaning of this.
Any tiny expenses can lead to.
Yes. Exactly. The third one, a very important quotation. Stay on the top of your finance. Don't leave that up to others. What do you mean by this? Stay on top of your finances. Don't leave that up to others. What do you mean by this?
Final decisions over our financial things need to be taken by us only. We should not completely hand
That is
it
what
over.
our mental and emotional problems. Okay. See, I've started the class with saying, "Welcome to the world of finance." Why do I said that line? Said line that. Welcome to the world of finance. Because you're all in the second year now, some of you are almost in the third year. Why do I say welcome to the world of finance? Why do I say this? Welcome to the world of finance.
Till now, we have not planned anything huge.
Excellent. For rest of your life, you'll be both working and living the world where you'll be making choice that have financial consequences. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So you should make money. Now, make money is the right way. Make money is the right way. So this is just a motivational thing just I want to give you. Now, we will go. Before knowing what is financial management, what is finance? What is finance? Very important. What is finance? See, finance is the study of how people and businesses evaluates their investment. Investment can be of any type, which you'll be learning later on. Investment can be in stock, investment can be in real estate, investment can be in gold. Okay, so the idea of learning finances, how people and business are going to evaluate the investment and from where they are going to raise the capital to fund them. So that is what you're going to learn in the fourth unit. That is, what are the different kinds of your long term, and suppose you want to start a business. You cannot just start like this. You should have a capital. The capital can be fixed and the working capital, which I'll come to that later on. So every individual, every corporation have to evaluate the investment and they should decide from where they can get their capital, where they can raise their capital. So before you are going to study the finance, three basic questions has to be addressed. One, what long-term investment should the firm undertake? What do you mean by this long-term investment? You know, there are two kinds of assets: current assets, fixed assets. Current assets are those assets which can be easily convertible into cash within a period of 1 year. Which can be easily converted into cash within a period of 1 year. Fixed assets are an asset which cannot be easily convertible into cash. Now, if you take fixed assets, land and building, plant and machinery, furnitures and fixtures, motor vehicle, computer, laptop, all this we call it as a fixed asset. What are current assets? What is your cash in hand? What is cash at bank? All this we call it as a current assets. Now, what is this long-term investment? See, I invest in a plant and machinery today, but I don't get the benefit today. I may get the benefit after the period after 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. That is called long-term investment. And this area of finance is generally referred as capital budgeting. Okay, this is the first question when you want to study the finance you have to address. Second, you want to do the investment. Simply the money will come like that. Where are you going to raise this investment? Where are you going to raise this money to fund this investment? This funding is called capital structure. All this will be dealt in detail later on. So capital structure, basically there are three things. One is called equity share capital. Other one is called preference share capital. Other one is called debt. Before that, I have to tell you what is an asset and what is a liability. Asset is what you own. Asset is what you own. Liability is what you owe. Asset is what you own. Liability is what you own, what you owe others. Suppose Rogan has 10 lakhs assets and his liabilities which he has to pay others is only 5 lakhs. So what is left with Rogan now? What is
So
left with
5 lakhs.
You know what is that called in finance world? The 5 lakhs is called as net worth. Net worth of Rogan is 5 lakhs because he can have that 5 lakhs in his hand. My asset is 10 lakhs. The liability, what I have to pay others, which we call it as a debt, 5 lakhs. So Rogan has 5 lakhs in his hand. That is called net worth. Don't forget this. Then and there I'll be using this term when I'm teaching you. Net worth is asset minus liability. Asset is what you own. Liability is what you owe. Are you clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
How you're going to balance all this is a capital structure. Now, sir, the capital with which I start the business is called fixed capital. Okay. But every day I have to run the business. Every day I have to run a firm. I need money. I need money. How do I get this money? You have cash. You buy raw materials. You put the raw materials into work in progress. Convert this into finished goods. Convert the finished goods into cash. Again buy. This is called working capital management. The capital that is required to run the day-to-day affairs of the business is called working capital management. Sir, how do I get this capital? That's what I told you. You get the stock, you dispose the stock, take the money, reinvest it. So this is how you can manage your cash flows for running your day-to-day operation. So when you are thinking about finance, these three questions should come to your mind. What investment should I undertake? How I'm going to finance this? Where I'm going to get money to do this investment? How I'm going to manage my cash flows? Cash flow is cash inflows can be inflow and outflow. When you sell an asset, it is an inflow. When you purchase the asset, it is an outflow. Right? Are you clear or not? Are you clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
When you
Yes, sir, clear.
when you sell the asset, it's an inflow. When you buy the asset, it's an outflow. It goes like that. So these three basic questions you should keep in your mind before you learn finance. And all these three things only will be covering in all 7 units, which will undertake with both risk and return. Got it? Now, a general question I want. Why should you study finance? Now, I want the answer for this both from the individual point of view and for the company point of view. Why should you study finance? From the individual point of view and from the company point of view.
So
Why should you
individually,
study? Yeah,
yes,
please,
sir.
please.
So individually, we need to have the knowledge of finance, so we can keep an account of how much we are spending, and we can make sure that we don't run out of money anytime. And in a company point of view, finance is important to make sure you can increase the profits of your business.
Excellent. Excellent. Anybody can give a different, do you think in a different way? Why
As an
should you?
individual,
Yeah.
as an individual, we can also start the company as an entrepreneur, so that we need to manage the finance in that company.
Who's an entrepreneur? 1 minute. I'll give an example. Suppose Ashish or suppose Dinesh. Already his father is running a business and he starts a branch. Will he be called an entrepreneur? No, he is not an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is a person who starts from the scratch. An entrepreneur is the innovator. Entrepreneur is the creator. Entrepreneur is the risk taker. You got my point? So something that you start from the scratch, you will be called, sir, my father is already running an hotel, sir. On my own effort, with the same name we have started on more brands, sir. You are not called an entrepreneur, you are called a developer. You are called a developer. Some new idea. You start something from the scratch. You will be called an entrepreneur. So from the individual point of view, to have the control over the expense, okay, to have a proper control over your expense, managing your finance, you require finance. From the company side, to manage your cash flows, inflows and outflows. That is why you should study finance. Sir, you're teaching finance. I'm an engineering student. What kind of job do I get, sir, if I learn finance and go? What kind of job do I get? Anybody has an idea? Sir, I'm doing my BTech, sir, sense. I'm in the sense. But you're teaching financial management. Why should I learn financial management, sir? Do I get some jobs, sir? No, you will not get the job unless you finish MBA. That is different. But what kind of job do you get if you complete the finance management course? Anyone? What are the key posts that you will be placed in the organization?
Sir, we are able to structure our money, sir.
I'm not talking from the individual point of view, man. Individual point of view is okay, I understand. But what is from the point of the company?
So you could be a key member of the board, as you may have the technical knowledge for the business, but at the same time.
Okay, Vishwanath, come sit in the board. They can call you like that.
No, sir, through showing your performance and expertise only then.
Okay, unless they give you a post, do you show your performance? What position do you get?
Like business analyst or some initial position in the finance department.
Can you come again, Balakrishnan?
Something like business analyst or like portfolio manager, something like in the financial department, someone who makes some decisions. Like because today everything is in electronic copy. So like having technical knowledge.
One major job that you may get out of learning finance is CFO, Chief Financial Officer. CFA, Chief Financial Analyst. These are all the suddenly I'll be going in the second unit. Akshaya should not call me and ask, sir, why should I learn this course, sir? What is the necessity to learn this course, sir? Please, sir, I don't want to learn this, sir. Please, sir, I don't want to
learn. Directly apply for the C-level officer position, sir, in any company like that? Is there any?
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that.
CFO,
why you cannot do
CAO
that?
and all, we can directly apply, sir.
Yeah, you can apply. You can apply, but you have to take few exams.
Oh.
If you take few exams, you can apply. Otherwise, anyway, I'm going to teach you. Don't worry about CFO and all. I'll be teaching you in the class. Okay, so this is the basic idea about learning finance. So please keep in your mind when somebody asks you, why are you learning finance? You should say to arrange for the investment, to make the investment, where do I get the money? And how do I get the money to meet my day-to-day expense? These three things you keep in the mind, this course will become easy for you. Got it? Now we'll go. Financial management. You know, the term financial management has emerged from the discipline of management, has emerged from the discipline of management. What is management? I'll just tell you something. Management is like a pipeline. Why do I say pipeline? Every organization, there are 7 major resources. There are 7 major resources. Men, money, machine, material, marketing, and management. Men is considered to be the important resource. Human resource, non-human resource. Then money, machine, material. You all know this. Method, marketing. What is marketing? You all have some idea about what is marketing? You all know what is marketing? What is marketing?
Sir, marketing is like advertisement to demonstrate our product so that the customer can.
Yeah, you're right, man. You're right. Any activity that directs the flow of goods from the producer to the ultimate consumer. Now, Balakrishnan will ask me, sir, yesterday you said customer, today you're saying consumer. Is both are same? No, both are different. Suppose Ravi Teja, Nepali Ravi Teja, today go to the shop and buys a Arokya milk packet. He's a consumer. And Ravi Teja started buying the same Arokya milk every day. He becomes a customer. He becomes a customer. You got my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, so
Yeah.
if I continuously buy some product, then I
You
become
become
the
a customer of a
that.
product. Just today you go and buy, you become a consumer.
Okay.
You
Okay,
understand?
sir. Yeah,
You understand?
understood.
Yeah. And as one of my friends said, advertisement, okay, these are all the ways and activity that sales promotion, advertisement, direct marketing. What is sales promotion? Dinesh, buy 2 soaps, 1 soap box free. Bring 10 caps of Coca-Cola. You can drink 1 Coca-Cola. Buy cloth worth 1,000 rupees. You'll fly to Singapore. Bring the old cooker. Take the new cooker. All these are sales promotion. And then advertisement, you know. And you know about the direct marketing, personal selling. So these are all the resources. And these resources will go through the process. You'll get the output. What is output? Profit, satisfaction, want, desire. So I say that financial management has emerged from the generic discipline of management. Now, in order to understand financial management, I've told you already what are the resources, everything I've just told you. What are the resources, how the resources has to be used. Through this resource, what is the outcome? Everything I've told you very clearly. Now, we will come to what is financial management. I can even say that financial management is a sub-discipline of management. And mainly financial management is studied to take a financial decisions like investment decision, dividend decision. So what is dividend? Yeah, owners of the company, whom we call the shareholders, at the end of the year, they'll be paid dividend based upon the number of shares. So for taking important financial decision, learning the subject financial management is very important. Now, what is financial management? I'll put it in very short. Financial management is concerned with managing the financial resources in the most optimal manner. You maximize. Again, I'll repeat. Financial management is concerned with managing the financial resource in the most optimal manner. That is what I try to put it here. Financial management refers to the efficient and effective utilization of finance, that is funds, in such a manner. Why you do all this? To accomplish the objectives of the organization, the goals of the organization, the aim of the organization. So how well you manage and utilize the finance for achieving the goal or the objectives of the organization, we term it as financial management. That is what I told you, concerned with managing the finance making use of the finance in a very optimal manner. And financial management involves 2 things. One is called managing the inflows and outflows of funds. Managing the inflows and outflows of funds. Okay. Are you clear or not? Managing the inflows and outflows of funds. I told you what is inflow and what is outflow of funds. And all this will be done by the financial manager who broadly try to prepone your inflows or postpone your out. What do you mean by this? Prepone your inflows or postpone your outflows. What do you mean by this? What do you mean by this? Prepone your inflows. What do you mean by prepone your inflows? What do you mean by prepone the inflows? Just try.
Settling the assets as soon as possible, earlier.
Settling the assets. Okay. Actually, what is
So he
prepone?
would try to get money more earlier
You try
than.
prepone is you reschedule to an earlier day or time. Am I right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In the case of funds, how you do this?
Sell all the products quickly.
Okay, now you assume. Now it's a pandemic situation. How do you prepone your funds? How do you prepone your inflows of funds?
Sir, by billing the stocks to the distributors so soon, like billing in more quantities, by giving more offers.
Exactly. Excellent. Now, this is called prepone, right? Now, what is postpone the inflow of funds?
It is the opposite, no, sir.
Yes,
Like-
it is a reflection of all that cash is flowing in and out of variety of your financial assets, which we call it as a pooling of funds. Am I right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
you must, for the effective manner for doing the financial management, you should either prepone your inflows or postpone your outflows. And second thing, as a financial manager, you also need to make a risk and return trade-off. Risk, unless you take the risk, you cannot get the return. Because there are so many problems that are involved in today's market, like competitor, inflation. What is inflation? Price going up. So always there should be something called risk return trade-off. That is what I said yesterday itself. It is called R square. It is called R square. Are you clear? So this is the basic idea that you should know about. You should know about learning the finance. Now, yeah. Now, anyway, just an additional thing I want to teach you. Then later on, I'll come to the definition of financial management. You know, every organization, they prepare two systems of accounting. One is called income statement, another one is called balance sheet. Now, the two objective of any business is to know the profit or loss. To know the profit or loss. Second one, to know your financial position. To know your financial position. So to know your profit or loss, whether you're having a profit or loss in your business, you prepare an income statement. To know your financial position, where you stand, you prepare a balance sheet. Now, my question to you is, I will ask Naman Sharma. Naman?
Yes, sir.
Naman, I just give you 2020 income statement. I think so. All of you would have seen income statement and balance sheet. Anybody here, you say that we have not seen what is income statement and the balance sheet. All of you have some idea about income statement and the balance sheet?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, very good. Now, Naman Sharma, I just give you for the year 2020, the income statement, the balance sheet. Can you tell me whether the company is going in the favorable direction or unfavorable direction? Just I'm giving you only 2020.
Yes, sir.
With just looking at that, you can tell.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll.
For the complete year, sir.
Yeah. For 1 year, I'm giving you. You can say. Suppose they ask me. Suppose Naman parents come and ask me, how is my son's performance in the class? So do I look only your mark and tell your parents?
No, sir.
What do I do?
So other activities too and past performance.
No, that's all okay. That's all okay. Just looking at your activity and looking at your results, can I give the proper reply to your parent?
Yes, sir.
How it is possible? Okay, I put it to you like this. Can you tell me where my son stands in the class? Performance. Can I just see your performance and tell your parent?
Comparison.
Comparison. Excellent. Comparison. So when you talk about the comparison, we talk about two. Inter-firm comparison, intra-firm comparison. Sir, what is this inter-firm comparison? My company will be compared with other company. My firm will be compared with other firm. But what is important? Both the firm or both the company should deal with the same type of product. This is called inter. What is intra-firm comparison? I take my current year position and I compare that with number of previous year. Internal, external. External is inter, intra is internal. Suppose I take the current year as 2021. I compare 21 with 20, 21 with 19, 21 with 18, 21 with 17. Am I clear, Naman Sharma now? Naman?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now it's clear, sir.
Yeah, this is what you have to do to know whether you are moving in a favorable or unfavorable direction. To do this only, we go for something called financial accounting. Is nothing but preparing the income statement and the balance sheet. And every year the income statement and the balance sheet should be audited by the auditor. Why? Two objectives. To know the true and fair view. Second one, detection and prevention of error, detection and prevention of fraud. Only when you do this, you'll be able to take a proper decision and you can go for a better, only when you go for a better comparison, you can take a proper, oh, my company is not doing well compared to that X company. I should take a decision how to set aside my loss. Yeah, last year I had a profit of 4 lakhs. This year I have a profit of only 3 lakhs. Why? Take a decision. That is possible only through comparison. That is the reason why we do income statement and the balance sheet and do the comparison. It's clear to everyone?
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Yes, sir. I mean, you could compare your performance like from previous year to next year, but how do you compare between different firms? I mean, you have your own balance sheet and everything else, but how do you get the data from other companies?
No. See, suppose you say I'm running a biscuit company. You're also running a biscuit company, right? You
Yes,
understand?
sir.
So I just take my financial position, I just compare. Where do I stand? How that company is doing well? Why I'm not doing well?
But then, sir, how will you get the data from other companies? Like,
No.
you can only compare your previous performances, no?
I can download their statement from my annual report from the Google.
Is it like a public data or something?
It's like a public data.
Okay, sir.
See, I'm the shareholder of so many companies. I have 7 to 8 annual report every year. I can do a comparison, man.
Okay, sir.
I can do a comparison. Now, that is why to meet the future thing, we do a comparison and so many things are there which I will tell as it comes. Okay. Now, basic thing is you should know how to prepare the income statement and the balance sheet. Am I right? Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, this is what, why do we need financial accounting? This is okay. This is not required. Now, the difference between financial accounts. Okay, it's almost time up. I'll continue on Thursday. Okay, so basic few classes, I'll go a bit slow because you have to understand the subject. Are you clear or not? Rishita?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Rishita Tiwari? Rishita Tiwari? Okay. Balakrishnan,
Yes, sir.
can you send me the attendance?
The attendance, how could I do this? Sir? Like, I don't have the permission to download.
That's what she asked the list. Okay. Anyway, I'll manage because still add and drop is there. Anyway, I will manage from the next class, the attendance. Okay. See you. Have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye. Meet you on
thank you,
Thursday.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Meet
you,
you
sir.
on Thursday. Bye. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you, sir.